Hi everyone, welcome to another video. This is Mr. Chow from EnglishTuition.org. Now in today's video, we are going to go through something very interesting, and that is we are going to talk about 4 overused phrases in compositions and essays. And why I say essays is because a lot of these phrases actually started from the primary school level, but they are carried over by some of the students even into their secondary school days, right? So we don't just see the phrases in PSLE compositions, we also see them in secondary school essays. So the very first phrase that is overused, I think, is this one: ring ring, the school bell rang. Now this is usually used by primary school students to begin their compositions, and is known as an attention grabber because if you use a sound, you can actually try to grab the attention of the reader. But this phrase is so commonly seen in primary school essays that we see it almost all the time, and some students even resort to using this phrase in every single composition. So my question is, why does every composition have to be said in the school, right? If you want to grab the attention of the reader, there are so many ways to do it. Why does it have to be ring ring, the school bell rang? And think about it, is it the only sound that can be heard in school? What about other sounds like crashes, parts, right? Bang, right? You bang the door, okay? So always try to vary the style of your writing. Don't always use ring ring, the school bell rang. You can always use other composition starters. And why does the bell always have to ring? As if to signal the start of a test of an exam. Okay, so please try out some other methods to grab the attention of the reader. With that, let's move on to the next phrase. And the next phrase is beads of sweat. I don't know what is the obsession with sweat, because a lot of students like to use this phrase. So why are the characters always like sweaty or stinky, right? In the compositions that itself. Why can't they be sweet smelling? They smell very nice, right? But we always see beads of sweat within the composition itself. So we even have sweat in the beginning of the story, during the climax of the story, during the climax of the story, and right up to the end of the story, the conclusion of the story. The characters are still sweating, right? Why must there be this sweat that follow them all the way? Okay, and this is the phrase that is being used: beads of sweat clung to the forehead. And why always beads of sweat clung to the forehead? Why can't it be beads of sweat clung to the armpit or somewhere else, right? Why must always be to the forehead? Well, I'm just kidding. Please don't use beads of sweat clung to the armpit. It's going to be disgusting. Okay, so yeah, smelly. Okay, the next phrase that is commonly overused is as fast as lightning, and this is actually a simile, and it's such a commonly seen simile that we're just getting so sick of it. It's not refreshing enough. It's almost as if the character suddenly transform into some superhero and then becomes lightning. And you can use other similes such as maybe as strong as an ox. So if you use that, then your superhero becomes something like this. Okay, now finally, the most overused phrase that we have seen is as happy as a lark. Now usually this is a phrase that has been taught. By the way, that's the picture of an actual lark. Okay, and the simile itself is derived from the happy sounding sounds of the bird, right? And is usually taught in primary 3 to primary 4 levels. So why are we still seeing the same phrase when used in the PSLE primary 5 and 6 composition? Okay, so is it a sign that the student is not learning new phrases or new similes to use? And if you want to denote happiness, is this the only simile that you can use? Maybe you can use, that's my personal preference, as happy as a kid in the candy store, right? This is still better in my opinion, better than as happy as a lark. But if you like the bird, the lark, and by the way, the lark, if you look up some information about this bird, it's not a bird that is readily seen in our local spaces, right? It's a foreign bird. You can see it in Australia and maybe in Africa, but it's not a commonly known bird in Singapore. Okay, but I'm not a bird expert, so don't quote me on that. But in any case, I personally still prefer the phrase as happy as a kid in the candy store. Okay, so that still give a very blissful feeling, and it denotes happiness, right? So you have an alternative phrase that you can use instead of the simile as happy as a lark. Alright, and with that, we have come to the end of the video. Hope that you have enjoyed this short little video. If you like it, remember to leave a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.